So it's the next day. I had some thoughts last night based on reviewing the footage that I took yesterday. I think I have a new plan, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So let me show you kind of what I have in mind. So yesterday I was thinking I might rebuild this stud all the way from the top to the bottom. I didn't like that ultimately because how am I going to connect my header to it if it's not connected really to the wall? I was thinking, how can I deal with that? I was going to use construction adhesive to try and actually hold it to the wall, but that's not ideal. Ideally, you would connect from the outside to that actual stud or studs. Since I can't do that, I was reviewing the footage I took yesterday and I thought, why don't I just run my header over to the next stud instead? It's also been spliced at some point, which is what this little board here is, but both halves of this from top to bottom are in good shape and they're mechanically fastened to the wall itself. So I have enough header material that I can easily run this span, and then I can resize the opening however I want. And the same with above. I can easily fill the gap here and restructure above the header as well. So I think that's my new plan. So I'm going to get started with that. So before I can put the header in, I need to remove this material here. I've already snapped a chalk line, as you can see, and that runs all the way across to where I'll ultimately bolt it on. So this is the height of the header. I won't be removing this, but I'll be removing the material in the space across the rest of the span over to there. So I'm going to get started doing that. So what I have here is just a 2x4 that follows the chalk line. I've screwed it off and made sure it's level, and I'm going to use it as a guide just to cut these upper studs. So I've removed the top plate. That was a lot of work, and it didn't come out easy. It fought me every step of the way, but I got it out. I still need to cut the nails that are sticking through so that my header will go in flush, and I need to trim this stud here in the corner height-wise. That'll be one of the new jack studs, so it needs to be set at the right height to accept the header. Once that's done, I can switch my focus back to building the header and get that installed. So this board over here that used to splice these two studs is now removed. So now I can build a header. Let's see how that goes. here's the header. Now the problem is getting it up there. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. And this sucker is heavy. So there's the header. It actually weighs quite a lot, and I'm quite surprised I managed to get it up there by myself. I employed sort of a teeter-totter sort of method, picking one end up and then the other back and forth until it was finally where it needed to be, and then hammering it in. It still needs to be lag bolted in place, so I'll do that sometime this week. The holes are drilled through the stud. I just need to drill the smaller hole to receive the lag bolt into the actual header itself and secure it that way. Once that's secured, then I'll need to screw or nail the upper studs into the header, just so that they're now permanently attached to it, and the bottom ones I'm not worried about because that's going to be a door, so they'll be cut out anyway in the future, so they don't need to be secured as far as I'm concerned. And then I need to build a jack stud here on this end and frame in some more support underneath here that will actually make up the rough opening of my door. I want an 8-foot rough opening, so from this point over to somewhere along here will be 8 feet. So I'll build a series of studs there under the header. So I'll get that done this week, and I'll film it if I can, and stay tuned. There's lots more to go. Thanks for watching.